We got to break down Bills, Texans. When it comes to prime time, I think we all heading into the season kind of expect like a few ugly matchups, but like how ugly could this prime time one get? Or could it be more interesting than we're giving credit to, seeing as how Bills, they've got some ground to make up, as I referred to with the Ravens situation earlier. And then you've got a Texans team that just, unfortunately, you don't have your star quarterback at the helm. You kind of somehow squeaked out a few wins here and there. Nico Collins is the face of anything good that can happen there at the moment. What do you make of this matchup tonight?
Yeah, I think the way you outlined it is probably right. Could it be ugly? Sure. I don't think it will be. I think the Texans, while they're going to lose, are going to hang around. This is a very important game for both these teams. You know, we talked earlier about some of these teams and what they're fighting for. The Texans are not going to win the AFC South. That's going to be the Colts. But this Houston team is still very live for a playoff spot, even without C.J. Stroud, who's missed the last couple of games with concussion issues. They've won both with Davis Mills. He has played, you know, as well as they could hope for. And he's a starter in this league in the past. You know, he's not this, you know, Malik Willis or something like that. Like, he's a guy that can go out and get the job done. And it's a Bills defense that, you know, is certainly vulnerable. We've seen it at points this year. I think especially against the run. Woody Marks, the rookie, who is not necessarily a household name just yet, but he could be in for a career game in this one, running all over Buffalo. Now, Houston, while at home, could sort of, I don't know, fall apart or quiver, if you will, under the lights, you know, sitting here at 0-2 in prime time, losing already the Seahawks and the Buccaneers. This is a Bills team that has to be hungry, because I don't think that it's given up on the division. You know, you're sitting 2 games back, obviously, the Patriots in the AFC East, and still with a head-to-head to go in a few weeks in Foxborough. So Buffalo really cannot afford, with New England's easy schedule going forward, to fall 3 games back in the win column. And also, you know, if I'm to look at something, Joe, that does look a little bit difficult, and this is where I speak a little bit out of both sides of my mouth, and I give credence to Houston being able to hang around. Houston's defense is elite. It's an elite defense. It allows fewer than 20 points per game. Excellent against the pass, so Josh Allen might be charged with running a little bit more. Here's the thing. The only thing that they're even better at than the pass is against the run. You know, this is a top 5 team, both categories. And so I don't expect James Cook to be running amok all over the place. I think the Bills are going to have a hard time putting up points. Hell, they had a hard time putting up points against the miserable Dolphins. So there's an element of inconsistency in Buffalo's game here. But ultimately, yes, I do like Buffalo to win the game. I just think it'd be close.
I think Buffalo just needs to win the game, be healthy. But I was wondering about that. Like, last week, Josh Allen went off, right? 3 passing touchdowns, 3 rushing touchdowns. And I wondered how he would be after that type of week. Yeah. He crushes. He's one of the best quarterbacks against the spread on short weeks. But I do think that in the end, when it comes to these type of matchups, you do have to look at the quarterback. Josh Allen's that guy. But these games have been really bad in prime time. Really bad. I'm just excited we're getting a game where 2 teams have something to play for. In a way, I do back the underdog in this spot. Right? Short week, a little bit messy. Everyone's going to expect the Bills to win the game.
Texans can keep it low scoring.
Texans can. They've won a couple of games in a row now. It's just so much more important for Buffalo, which I still have them on fraud alert a little bit. Like, they can run the table and get the top seed, or they can lose another game where they probably should have won. I'm not completely sold on Buffalo, but this is the time of year where if they are for real, they come out and make a statement in a primetime game.
Yeah, again, I just think this is a desperation spot for both teams. I would be inclined, like, if I'm betting the thing, and
I was going to say, are there any bets that don't feel desperate but realistic?
Yeah, I mean, I think Houston with the points, with this thing sitting at 5.5, like Joe said, back in the underdog, I wouldn't be so bold as to take Houston on the money line. Not that you're not getting a good number on that at plus money, but I do think I'm threading a needle. I do think the Bills win, but I think Houston covers.
Josh Allen, 2 touchdowns, anytime touchdowns. 2 of them, baby.
2 rushing touchdowns out of Josh Allen in this one. All right, I'll tell you. Josh Allen is 24-5 straight up against teams allowing fewer than 20 points per game. So even these really good defenses, he has his way with ultimately.
You can't stop those legs.